get your reactions to what you have learned about Deepseek in the last 24 hours. What do you make of it? How could this change things?
Well, exactly what Andrew S. Sorkin said. There's a lot of open questions. I think that the likelihood it was trained for as little money as it said, it seems very unlikely. It also seems likely that they actually, to train these smaller models, which we already knew in the US, you have to have access to and use larger models like the Llama, ChatGPT, et cetera. So, look, I think it's extremely important and interesting result. I don't think that suggests that the large models are actually not essentially valuable in creating things like Deepseek.
Okay, so let's turn now to what you're hoping to do. Tell us more about the good. We hear a lot about the worries people have about AI, the sort of scary future that it could portend. But its advocates say a lot of good can be done with it. Hard to imagine something a better cause than curing cancer. Talk to us about that.
So, as you mentioned, the general discourse and actually human history, when a new major technology comes along, whether it's the printing press, electricity, the car, is, oh my God, everything's going to go wrong, right? Like society's going to break, human agency is going to break, etc. And yet, when we look at the end result, like we can't have this society without the printing press, electricity, the computer, etc. It turns out that it massively increases human agency. And part of that increase of human agency is when we all get access to it. Like, for example, when we all get access to this car, not only can I go visit my friends, but the doctor can come do like house calls for my kids or for my grandparents and that kind of thing. And that is what super agency is. And I think what we will see with AI is we will actually increase human agency.
This is the primal scream of a dying regime. Pray for our enemies, because we're going medieval on these people. You're just not got a free shot on all these networks lying about the people. The people have had a belly full of it. I know you don't like hearing that. I know you try to do everything in the world to stop that, but you're not going to stop it. It's going to happen.
And where do people like that go to share the big lie? MAGA media. I wish in my soul, I wish that any of these people had a conscience.
Ask yourself, what is my task and what is my purpose? If that answer is to save my country, this country will be saved.
War Room. Here's your host, Stephen K. Bannon.
It's Tuesday, 28 January, year of our Lord 2025. Thank you for joining us for the late afternoon, early evening edition of the War Room. Historic day for the War Room. Our own Natalie Winters, her first day as White House correspondent for the War Room. A historic with Caroline Leavitt. Just an amazing press briefing today. Her first, the first of President Trump 47's tenure. Historic in many ways. Matt Boyle, many of the folks you know, Brian Glenn, all there asking questions. We're going to get to that in a moment. Fortunate enough to have Senator Josh Hawley join us today. Senator Hawley, I don't think we could get two guys on the opposite ends of the spectrum politically as Reid Hoffman and Senator Josh Hawley. Reid Hoffman's a techno-feudalist. You're a populist, conservative populist. Hoffman's come out with a book, Super Agency, just today, and it's about the what could possibly go right with our AI future. You wrote a very chilling and pressing book a couple of years ago, I guess a year ago we had you on, The Tyranny of Big Tech. What is it? And particularly what you've seen the last couple of days. You're one of the leading technology experts in the United States Senate. Where do you think we stand with all this, sir?
Well, I think that, first of all, it's great to be with you, Steve. Thanks for having me. I think what we're seeing is these tech companies continue to amass incredible power, and the Deepseek breakthrough, if that's what we're calling it in China, just shows the incredible power that these corporations are going to have with the technologies that they control. And, I've seen what Reid Hoffman said about this is going to be great for everybody and everybody's going to benefit from it. I'm not so sure about that. I know who's going to benefit from this latest breakthrough. That's the Chinese communists. I know who's going to benefit from all of our data being taken by these corporations. It's the corporate behemoths who can take all of our information without our permission, who can use it to train their models without any payment to us, without any protection for our rights. So, yeah, I'm concerned. I'm really concerned. I think the tech companies, bottom line, Steve, I think they're only getting more powerful. They're only getting bigger. And I think we've got to be really, really careful here.
As you say in the book, we've kind of made Obama administration started as a Faustian pack with Silicon Valley, which I think is an apartheid state, but they could get incredibly wealthy and have monopolistic power. The anti-trade, the Justice Department would never touch them, but they would have to leave us to be technologically dominant. Do you feel comfortable with that pact? As one side as that is, given what TikTok, the power of TikTok and social media, and let's assume for this discussion, Deepseek is not a Chinese psyop, but it's actually maybe a Sputnik moment. Do you feel comfortable that Reid Hoffman and Andreessen and Bezos and have they kept their end of the bargain, sir?
No, they haven't. I mean, manifestly not. They've gotten rich, Steve. They've gotten powerful. They have taken our information. Let's just remember how they power these companies and how they power AI. They come and they take our information. They go out there and they scour everything on the web, your personal stuff, your pictures, your writing, whatever is out there, everyday American stuff. Did they ask you permission? No, they don't. Did they pay you for it? No, they do not. Did they care about your rights? Nope, don't care at all. They take it, they load it up into their large language models and whatever AI system they're running, and then they profit off of it. And yeah, the bargain supposedly is, okay, but you'll deliver great technological progress that'll benefit everybody. Now we just see the Chinese come through with a huge breakthrough that looks like they're out ahead in front now of this game. So Silicon Valley has not kept up their pledge, their promise, if that's what it was, to always maintain us as number one. But meanwhile, they've continued to amass all the power. So they've got more power than ever before. And yet here we are now starting to lag behind in terms of technology. And you know, Steve, you and I both know what they'll do next. These companies, they'll come to Washington and they'll say, we need more money. We need more special favors. We need more handouts. That's what it'll be.
A bailout.
Give us more. Give us more.
It's 100%.
So.
100%. Are you comfortable, sir, given your focus on the Chinese Communist Party and national security, are you comfortable we did not have an intelligence failure here, maybe a massive intelligence, since AI is looked at as the potential new super weapon, to be caught by surprise? You know, can we afford a Sputnik moment in the 21st century? And do you think the intelligence services were caught by surprise?
I think they probably were caught by surprise. I can certainly just say from my perspective that we had no forewarning of this. It wasn't like a while ago, the IC, as they like to say, the intelligence community, was flagging this and saying, oh, this could be coming. So number one, I think it does come as a surprise. And here's the other thing. See, we've had an incredibly stupid policy of allowing our giant corporations like Microsoft to go and build labs in China, to collaborate with China on AI, to share AI information, to share technology, to share processing capability. Where has that gotten us? I think we see today. It has certainly benefited the Chinese. Has it benefited America? I don't think so. Has it benefited the American people? I don't think so. Steve, we need to put in place right now limitations on the transfer of AI technology to and from China. American companies should not be sharing this information